cast! I'm telling you, Aaron, the cast of Logan was fantastic. I don't care what the Emmy nominees say. It was amazing.
I don't care. I think Daphne Keane should get an Emmy for Best Supporting Actress. Or would she be like a co-lead?
I have no idea, but weren't we supposed to do something?
Yeah, something. What was it?
Ain't nobody used to give a damn. Yeah, I had to go and make a different plan. Yeah, guess who didn't get included? Even though you made me better, yo, I strictly do it for the fam.
Anyway, though, guys, we know we got a show to do for you guys. Welcome back to What Grinds Our Gears. Did you miss us?
Today we're not so angry. Well, I'm not so angry because we get to talk about Dragon Ball.
Super.
Super. That sounded funny when I did that.
Anywho, I honestly will tell you guys, I know a little bit about Dragon Ball Super. I'm not the biggest expert on it because I kind of fell off on anime recently. But luckily, Aaron is the resident expert if I fail at noting some stuff.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I have every episode up until, I didn't see the one that was released today, so I am an episode behind. But, Dragon Ball, you got like 5 episodes where it's leading up to a fight, and then you have like 7 episodes for the one fight. So I'm not that far behind, really. I mean, I might as well be up to date.
But for those of you that are unaware of what's going on in Super, it's in the time space between the final fight in the Buu saga and the ending of Dragon Ball Z of a 10-year linear storyline of what happened in that 10-year time span, where it's just going over who did what, when, where, what kind of power-ups happened, what kind of new enemies popped up, this, that, and the third thing. All stuff that kind of came about in the Dragon Ball Z movies of Dragon Ball Battle of Gods and Dragon Ball Resurrection F, which were a part of Super, and less high-budget quality, but still.
And they elongated the story. So if you saw the movies and you think you got it, it's still worth it to watch the episodes because the episodes actually add more to the story. And I did notice a few differences, though, between Battle of Gods. Now, I thought that in the movie, they weren't on a ship.
Weren't they?
In the movie, I thought they were on land. But I could be entirely wrong. It doesn't matter. It ended the same way. Goku lost. Well, ish. He lost.
Yeah. Goku got his ass kicked by a giant anorexic purple cat god thing. So
my stepson did do some digging because I tainted him with the Dragon Ball fever. That sounded dirty. That was wrong. I was trying to explain to him that Super Saiyan 4 from the GT Saga would be basically Super Saiyan Blue because the next transformation in Super Saiyan levels would have to be Super Saiyan 4, so Super Saiyan Blue would equate to Super Saiyan 4. So they're equal, right?
Yeah.
At least that the logic my brain came about to. Well, he actually did some digging, and he looked it up, and he found, I don't know if he found forums or how he found it. I didn't actually back this up and look it up myself, because I'm lazy. But apparently, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta from the GT series is about... Oh, what was he saying? 10 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. So, while Super Saiyan Blue is the power of a Super Saiyan God going Super Saiyan, that's exactly how Goku describes it. Is the power of a Super Saiyan God who has gone Super Saiyan. It is still 10 times weaker than that of Super Saiyan 4. Now, here's how I'm going to say I can come up with this logically. When Goku transformed into the Super Saiyan God, when all 5, was it 5 of them? 5 Saiyans can we?
Yeah, 5 Saiyans.
In one body and turn into Super Saiyan Red, basically. That is the true Super Saiyan God form, right? Which is actually stronger than the Super Saiyan Blue, because that is the true Super Saiyan God form. That is 5 Saiyans combined all going max power, whatever, right? So, when Goku fell out, when those 5 Saiyans were released and he turned back into Goku, he was able to sense and had the ability to transform using God Aura, which you hear a lot about in the Dragon Ball Super series. People like Tien and Krillin and any of the humans in the show cannot sense Goku. Piccolo cannot sense Goku when he goes Super Saiyan Blue because he's using God Aura, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's at like level 1 of God Aura, and Beerus is at like level, I don't know how many levels there are, but far higher. Because if you remember from God of Destruction, Beerus only used 70% of his power in that fight.
And
with Goku.
His ass sound.
And whooped his ass. Now in the show, however, Beerus says that he was going full out, 100%. But in the movie, I specifically remember him telling Whis at the end, let's not tell him that I was only using 70% of my power that whole time. So, Goku's like level 1 God Aura. Not God, but level 1 God Aura. Super Saiyan 4 is complete, like, transformation. He turns into the half-ape with the frickin' mullet hair and...
and just pure primal instinct.
This is all purely speculation, because I am not going to even try to explain why. It's all fictional, so whatever. But according to the forums and whoever else is out there, Super Saiyan 4 is still stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. Which means Goku can only go up from here in Dragon Ball Super.
If only people would accept Dragon Ball GT as a side canon of like an alternate universe thing.
I did have something to say about that. I was thinking about that today too. It almost seems like they're moving towards that. Now, I don't know if you remember, but in the show, in DBZ, Goku and Vegeta never fused. They never performed Fusion Ha.
Oh yeah, it was only in the movies they did that.
Only in the movies, and it was only with the Potara in the series.
Yeah.
And I was remembering it today. I thought the reason why Goku and Vegeta could not perform fusion in the series, according to what they say, is because of the difference in their stature. Because when you perform fusion, everything has to be exactly the same.
Right.
It has to be perfect. I mean, they spent 3 episodes trying to perfect it, you know. And Goku is much taller than Vegeta.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it was canon. Because Goku and Vegeta were incompatible to do fusion, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Disclaimer right now. But, anyways, I think they're moving towards, in DB Super, I think they're moving towards maybe even connecting the movies to the show. Maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe.
The reason I'm saying this is because there's a lot of things that, as I've seen through, like, the second Trunks story arc in Dragon Ball Super, where they fight Zamasu and possessed Goku, Zamasu possessed Goku, whatever.
Or whatever the hell they're calling it in the fandom, I don't know.
Right, where they're kind of using some of the things from the GT even stories. I can't even think of them specifically.
Well, let's see.
What?
From what I remember, the design of future Trunks and Super, they kind of took the designs of GT Trunks' outfit, but with a more survival in an post-apocalyptic storyline. So no longer gay cowboy, but more renegade cop. Along with the fact of the design of how the world looked, it kind of seemed like Bulma was in the midst of trying to just locate the Black Star Dragon Balls within Kami's old lookout.
That was the one. The major one is Pan. Alright, so I don't know. Dragon Ball Z did not have Pan.
Only at the finale of the series, but yeah, they didn't have Pan.
They didn't have Pan at all. now Pan is very relevant in Dragon Ball Super. She's like super powered baby. She's always flying around, dragging Gohan and whatnot around. And now we have baby Bulla. I don't remember Bulla at all. So I wonder, she brand new to the series? Like, I don't remember her in GT.
Bulla was around in GT as like the pampered daughter. Like, they didn't want to give any more credibility to like 1/4, 1/2 Saiyans, basically, of like the female characters, or in Pan's case 1/4 Saiyan. Because from what I remember Akira Toriyama saying a lot over the years was that he couldn't create a female Super Saiyan on a very sexist note that a lot of fans have found upsetting, which is why we had a lot of female Super Saiyan transformations in the Xenoverse 1 and 2 and in Dragon Ball Fusions as of late. But
well, even Super now too.
Oh yeah, with Kalufina.
Yep, Kalufina and oh, what's the other? They're named after vegetables. Because Kaba goes. And how'd you feel about the Super Saiyan female version of Broly?
Honestly, I kind of felt, one, that it was indeed impressive, but two, it kind of felt a little cheap in one regard that I've been kind of upset about this entire year, along with how people were treating the Iron Fist remarks about it should have been a fully Asian man instead of the canon route of a pure white boy, just trying to make the duality of a lot of stuff.
I suppose I can't really take a position on it, but as I've said before in previous podcasts, the story is about a white kid that gets stranded in Kunlun or whatever, you know, and then comes. Right. It doesn't matter.
Right. But back to Kalufina being the female Broly. Although I like the idea of there having a female Super Saiyan and all that sort of stuff, to call her female Broly would not only kind of alienate the male-only fans that just like having male Super Saiyans for some stupid reason, but also kind of cheapens her ability to grow as a character when it's just her being labeled as the almighty legendary Super Saiyan Broly.
Are you speaking of... Now, when I watched the episodes, I was actually surprised. I thought that the female that Kaba went to find, I thought that was going to be the female version of Super Saiyan Broly.
Right.
I was wrong. It's actually her friend, her best friend, and I can't remember her name. I thought Kalafina was the girl that Kaba went to find.
Right, but that was the problem that I had with the fans, just saying that Kalufina was going to be the one, and it kind of ruined the chance of the hype for everyone. It's like, aw, man, I thought she was going to be... I know, Aaron, I'm on the same page,
right.
Okay. But with the way...
But I agree with you on it being cheap, because the way they did it with her best friend, transforming her into Super Saiyan Broly, and mind you, I agree with you. I thought it was pretty awesome seeing this all-powerful Super Saiyan female just kicking the shit out of these two Saiyans who've mastered their ability to go Super Saiyan, and you know they're not even on her level. But the way she achieves it is so cheesy. It almost hurt, you know. At the end of the episode, I was like, really? Like she went Super Saiyan Broly because Kaba insulted Kalafina. That's what she did. She's like super obsessed with Kalafina, right?
It cheapens the motive when it's like that.
I mean, like the only way she's gonna help in the Tournament of Power is if somebody. Okay, I was gonna say something not appropriate. If somebody low blows Kalafina, you know, and she's gonna go Super Saiyan. I don't remember her name. Why don't I remember her name? I am terrible at this, V.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Aaron. It's just how the fans have just been treating the whole. Oh my God, Kalafina is gonna be the new Broly, but I'll bitch about that in my own solo video about how I feel about Dragon Ball tubers in my own spare time.
But at the same time, I'm kind of glad Calafina wasn't Super Saiyan Broly, because Broly, as we know, is the legendary Super Saiyan. He cannot control his power or rage.
All when he goes, Goku cried in the same vortex.
Right? But he can't control it. That's what like earmarks Broly. He's out of control. There is no containment for it. He kills his own father. He kills everybody. Death is the only thing that he sees, right? And Calafina has a reason for why she does the things she does. Broly did not, you know? So there had to be some sort of rage factor in there. Like, Calafina was just a rebel. She understood the way she wanted things. She was far too, what's the word? Thoughtful in what she wanted. She's just one of those punk-ass kids who knew she wanted the world to be the way she wanted it to be, and it wasn't, so she was going to rebel. You know, there isn't much anger, just she wants what she wants. Her friend has nothing, right?
Yeah, her only obsession is her.
Exactly. It kind of makes sense. That one thing that is important to her, if that gets hurt or destroyed or ruined, everybody dies. You know? She's a very nice girl. She's nice to Kaba. She's nice. She just has no self-esteem. And then when it goes loose, boom, you know? So that's it kind of makes sense, you know, in a way, I guess.
But the only thing I could say on a positive note that I liked was that they tried to make Gohan relevant again as a fighter.
I think they're going to go farther. I think that Gohan's going to reach Super Saiyan Blue in ultimate form somehow. Because they really emphasized...
I would be happy if that happened. Because...
They emphasized that moment in the episode where he wants to fight Goku all out. He wants to hold nothing back, and he wants his father...
And he was able to keep up with Super Saiyan Blue in just his ultimate form.
Right, his base ultimate form. He never tried... So when he got his ultimate power in the Dragon Ball Z saga, Supreme Kai basically told him, this is it. This is all of your powers awakened. All the hidden potential he's had throughout the entire series when he'd get pissed off and like destroy everything. When he was the first Super Saiyan to go Super Saiyan 2 against Cell and destroy him.
Pussed out to become a little nerd asshole.
Right. So, but that ultimate form, all that did was unlock the potential. So he can use it anytime he wants. It wasn't something that he had to get pushed to death to use anymore. You know what I mean? Or pushed to the point like where seeing his father would set him off. Seeing his father get killed would set him off and his hidden potential would arise.
Right.
I was trying to explain my stepson too. So Ultimate Gohan, yes, that is his ultimate form awakened. He can unlock that potential whenever he wants now. He doesn't have to be near death or have a loved one near death. He can just unlock it whenever. But that's like base form Ultimate Gohan. And as we know, Saiyans, they can always go higher, right?
Especially in near death.
So when he came out to fight his father and says, just go all out because I'm going all out, he turns into Ultimate Gohan and like beats the shit out of Goku for like a second. And then Goku goes blue.
And then Blue Kaioken.
Yeah, Blue Kaioken, and hits him, and that one hit, it only knocks Gohan out. It doesn't even kill him. It just knocks him out. They emphasized, right there in that episode, Gohan flat out said, I want to level up too. Well, he didn't say level up. He wants to become stronger too, but he wants to do it through his own way. And his way is through the ultimate form and the way Piccolo taught him. And I saw a lot of Piccolo's rage coming out in Gohan in those episodes because he got back in the fight and he knew what it was to read movements and how to tell how a person was going to fight and what they're going to do. And I'm so excited for Gohan to become a badass again.
I know. That was my only gripe with like how they were writing him for the lead up to the end of the Buu saga was like, oh, so we're gonna see him finally gonna be somewhat of a badass and he gets eaten.
Yeah, he got eaten by Buu. And then Buu became Ultimate Gohan form Buu.
And then they just ditched that form to then make Kid Buu and then anyway.
Well, they actually made sense of the whole Kid Buu thing. They did at the end there. They explained how he was fat and powerful, and how the more they beat him, the more powerful he became.
Oh no, Aaron, I got that, but I was like, I don't have time to go down that rabbit hole today.
Right. Sorry.
We got Super to deal with today. Kid Buu is going to be a different story altogether.
bring him back in a future episode.
But right now, my biggest gripe in the current arc is that out of every villain that Goku, Vegeta, and all the Z fighters have fought for like this Tournament of Power arc that is going into the full swing, they didn't think of like, let's bring back Cell. Let's bring in a brand new character that's alluded to the movies. They're like, no. Let's bring her up for the third time, Frieza. Because...
Well, he is Nemesis. I mean, he's the first enemy to really hurt Goku, if you really think about it.
And I agree, Aaron, but the problem is, it's like, we had him for not only his own arc, not only for Resurrection F of showing off Gold and Frieza, but now it's like, oh, we need a new fighter. Who can we get that could surpass us all to then make sure to bring up this whole pace since Boo's sleeping? Oh yeah, let's just go with Frieza. There was no one stronger than Frieza. Or could achieve a power higher than Frieza. And then Cell's just in the hell just like...
Yeah, technically Cell should be like 10 times stronger than Frieza, correct? I mean...
Especially since he has Saiyan cells and he's been dead for like years now.
Right. Well, I do like the fact that they brought up why Frieza was able to attain such freakish power. I do like that. They expanded on the story, even though they're kicking the dead horse over and over again. They explained that Frieza was a prince. He never had to work for anything in his life. He never had to train.
And then so one Saiyan monkey beats him to a pulp.
And 3 months later, he trains, or for 3 months, he trains to near death, against his own army, and discovers that he can become more powerful too. I don't like it, and I like it, Like, you just brought up the Tournament of Power. You just introduced all these other Gods of Destructions who are new characters. You introduced entire teams of new powerful people that aren't Saiyan. You couldn't come up with one more human that all of a sudden was more powerful than frickin' Frieza? Come on.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I fully hate it. I understand why Akira Toriyama and everyone that's working on the show did it. Frieza's still a very popular villain amongst the entire lore of Dragon Ball Z, but it's also a problem of just repetition where it's like, oh, we had no idea about how to do something better.
Right, yeah. I did have a thought in my head about it, but I lost it. I was thinking of Oob.
Technically, Oob is still a kid in this time period. Like, he's not 10 years old in the tournament yet. He's... Wait, where is the time period right now in the current saga? Like,
as far as I knew, the current takes place, what was it, Jenny? 3 years? Or is it 13 years after Dragon Ball Z?
I know it's like a 10-year gap between, but for where we are in the current saga of the Tournament of Power is the problem.
So the whole Dragon Ball Super series takes place right after the Buu series. So, and the only reason that they start out where they started out in the series was...
No, Aaron, I got that part, but the arcs are supposed to be layered out in like months or years before the final tournament in Z. So I'm trying to figure out the time period right now, and it's confusing me.
So Oob should be... Well, Oob should be... If you looked at it like Dragon Ball Super, the current episode that's airing right today would be the present.
Right.
So Oob should be whatever age he would be years after the DBZ story arc ended.
But he's supposed to be like maybe 10 or 13 by that point, so by the time the tournament is starting, would his age be 3 or 4?
No, he should...
I'm confused about Oob now.
Oob and Pikkon?
Yeah, Oob and Pikkon, but mostly...
They took place after Buu, right? In the series finale for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And that took place when?
Like, the end tournament's supposed to be like 10 or 13 years after the end of the actual last episode of the Boo Saga, which leads to the finale of Z.
So, the way I understood it, now, the beginning of Dragon Ball Super would take place right after that tournament.
No, it's before the tournament.
Is it?
Yes.
Because they never explicitly really say it in the show.
Yeah, but it's just
That when the show starts, it's after Boo and Hercule is trying to give Goku the money.
Yes.
For Boo, but they don't really. Now I have to go back to the first episode and see.
It hurts my head now because I'm like, where is the time period? I'm so confused, Aaron.
You know what? There was an episode where Beerus was telling Goku of a child from was it a different universe? I don't remember if it was a different universe or a different world. Not a child, but someone who had gained the power of a Kaioshin, who is the gods, basically.
Oh my head.
They only teased it. They didn't say who it was, and they didn't talk about it for long, but it intrigued Goku to fight. Anyways, a big gripe that I have about the show, since you brought up Frieza, my big gripe, Goku is the villain.
Yeah, that I was kind of expecting that when they were like, we got a big tournament of power, who we got to have as a villain? Nobody original? Okay, let's just go with someone at the reel of random.
Goku! Right up! Oh, that... And they did it so subtly, too. But you could notice it, right? I mean, you saw it, right?
I did. It was cheap. It was stupid.
Insatiable hunger to just fight the strongest person. I mean, he's always been wanting to fight somebody strong. But this is the first time he has actually ever put his own, not livelihood, but his own universe, his own family, his own children, his own wife, his own friends in the line of fire just to fight.
And that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen him do in my history of watching anime.
Right? He's never done that before. Ever! The only time he ever put, like, Gohan up to fighting Cell was because he knew that Gohan was stronger.
Until Gohan's real dad was like, he's not a fighter, Goku!
And look who killed Cell. Yeah, that's right, Gohan, because Goku knew. Anyways, this is the first time he's actually literally put his universe at stake just to fight somebody stronger than him, or somebody he hopes is stronger than him.
Yes.
So, like, the way they set it up, Goku is hoping to lose this tournament because he wants to find somebody stronger than him. That's what he's hoping for. So he's hoping that his universe is going to get destroyed.
And everyone else is just like, God damn it, Goku.
Pretty much. Like Piccolo... That's what grinds my gears about the show. It's not... Goku's not even the villain, because you know he's dumb. Not dumb. He's ignorant, because he never went to school. He was a fighter. He's been a fighter his whole life. He's
in the immortal words of Dragon Ball Z abridged, he's that orange hillbilly that beats his wife!
He did it on accident, and you know he's afraid to beat you.
But just the way they said it, that's now how I'm gonna introduce Goku. That orange hillbilly that beats his wife has doomed the whole universe!
Pretty much! That fucking idiot. But... I just... Oh, that's the only part that really pisses me off. Not that, okay, so I think Zeno-sama really, he wouldn't destroy Goku's universe even if he lost. I really don't think so. Or at least he'd save Goku and his friends and move them to a different universe.
Oh yeah, just look at that happy fucker. He doesn't give a shit.
Goku's the only friend he has. He wants to play with Goku, right?
Yeah, that's all he wants. Just look at that happy sack of shit.
He's just a ball with a smiley face on him. A ball in stripes.
It's like if your cats became gods, Aaron.
That's exactly what it's like, Jenny. It would be as if Milk or Cam was a god. Oh, you want to play? Cam would be like, I'm scared! Blow everything up! Milk would be like, you give me food? Yeah, I'll let you live. So he's more like Beerus. So that so what about things that DB Super's gotten right? I think we kind of covered it. I mean, Gohan coming back to form.
More
That
female
fight between
super
him and the wolf.
more
Wolf dude.
more female super Saiyans is definitely a plus.
Oh, isn't one of the gods female?
I think so.
There was some controversy over Vishnu. That's the Hindu god, the elephant god.
No, that's Ganesh.
Ganesh, I'm sorry. There was some controversy, and I haven't seen it yet in the show, but there was some controversy over Ganesh being a villain. From what I heard in some of the blogs and some of the forums, there a lot of the people of that faith were getting upset because Ganesh is not a villain. You know, how dare you portray our god that way?
Yeah, they get offended by that,
like,
but when they put him as a monster in Yu-Gi-Oh, they're just like, fuck it.
Right. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh's not Dragon Ball. You know, Dragon Ball's kind of big.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard. I thought it was kind of cool that they incorporated like other gods from other religions in as these gods of destruction.
It was dope. I liked it.
Technically, wouldn't it be? Is it Vishnu? Which one is the one with the 8 arms?
Well, Aaron, I had that answer for you, but there is one small thing that we...